just been asleep for 13 hours. It's about 7:30 in the morning now, and I went to sleep at about 6:30 when it was dark, and I just slept and dreamt, and it's just lovely because I'm in a location where I'm not going to get caught, and there's no need for me to get up early today because I don't need to do massive miles. Otherwise I'll get to Taipei too early. Thought I'd just lie here and just sleep and chill out and relax. Plus, I don't feel like getting out of the tent because the wind is really... last night it got up really quite strong, and I was quite thankful that I put my tent where I did because I'm shielded from the main wind by the trees. Had I been out on the open plains down on the flats, it would have been really quite blowy, but here I can just hear it whistling across the top of the trees over the top of me. But down here where I am, it's quite sheltered and it's quite lovely and cosy, and I don't want to get out of my tent, but I'm going to have to at some point. Okay, I've got my coat on this morning. Although it's lovely and sunny, it is colder. Not cold, but colder than it has been, and the wind is obviously blowing the heat out of any of the sunshine that's coming on. So it is quite windy. I'll show you the trees and the grass, and obviously, as always, going north, a headwind. So it's just coming up to 8:15 in the morning, and I'm going to head off. Okay, so I'm here now. This is the first glimpse I've had of the Taiwan Straits. So just over there is the sea again, but on the western side of the island. And the other side of that sea is mainland China. It's a heavily industrial area. I'm going down into that town for breakfast in a minute. The noise you can hear behind me is where they're drilling for oil. It looks like it's got an oil rig set up here, drilling into the ground, and behind me there's a whole load of fuel dumps where they're storing what they're dragging out, and there's a load of lorries parked down here ready to take it away. So this is me, and I'm going to find breakfast somewhere down in that lot. Okay, I'm in this little cafe now. Outside there's a street market on a Sunday, and well, but nobody here speaks English at all, and I really don't know what I'm going to get. They keep wanting to, because they think I'm American, everybody wants to give me a hamburger, and I've not had a hamburger since I've been in Taiwan, but I've been offered about 20, so I'm hoping to get noodles, but we'll see. And I managed to make them understand that I wanted noodles, and that's what I've got. So that's breakfast and a coffee. All's good. Ish. This is a nice little road I'm on now. Just climbed a big hill, mind, but it's nice and quiet. It runs between two big roads either side of me, but they're the other side of the hills, and I've hardly met a car. It's very pleasant,
Very, very pleasant. And it's getting me along this coastal strip quite nicely without going through a lot of towns and people and traffic and exhaust fumes. It's great. Okay, we must be nearly at the top. Maybe one more rise and then we're there. Oh, a car. Oh. So this is the scenery I'm in. Very green and wooded and lovely. Not what I was expecting. I've come across this bit and it was a good route choice through here. Over in the far distance, I don't know whether the camera will make it out, but you can see the high mountains right there in the distance. Smells nice here as well. There's lots of aromatic trees, whatever, some sort of, oh, it smells lovely. It's kind of piney but not pine. So very, very nice. Goes hill into mountain, into bigger mountain right at the back. I'm looking the other way now, looking west, and you can just see the Taiwan Straits, the sea just through the gap there, where the town is along the coastal strip. And I've come up into the hills on this little road to miss all of that, but it's definitely worth it because the hills aren't massive. It's only like you know, Dorset Hills. But you can see from even here I'm about 3 miles inland, 4 miles maybe inland, if that. But even from here you can see how choppy the sea is. I don't know whether the camera picked that up, but lots of white crested foamy waves. Okay, so I've hit upon this monastery here. It's Sunday, it looks like there's a bit of a working party going on, cleaning and scrubbing. But the main reason I've stopped here is the monastery is on this hillside that I've just cycled up. And if I just pan round slowly, you'll see that behind me is this most fantastic view of the countryside that I've been travelling through this morning. Look at that. And then just right over here you'll see the high mountains on the skyline, going to the lower mountains and then foothills. All in kind of blue ridges in the distance. Just pan round slowly. Oh, I've just started a generator. It must have known I've put the camera on. I've stopped at this monastery, I've been fed by these really kind people, and now everyone wants to take a photograph of me. Come around here, come on. One more. Got it? Yeah? Perfect. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
I
very
feel like a
much.
celebrity.
Bye-bye.
Another cracking experience. I stopped off at the monastery mainly to take in that view there. And as I was looking at the view, the people that were cleaning the monastery invited me in for dinner, and they put on a great spread of well, basically a buffet. There's about 20 people there. I shared their food and their company and their laughter, and mainly at me, and it was lovely. I spent about an hour and a half there. So another experience of kindness from the Taiwanese people. Can't help themselves. They're wonderful, wonderful people. So I'm just going to get to the top of this hill now, just behind the monastery, and then hopefully downhill. Just been stopped by this lorry driver here, just turning, and he can speak English, I can speak Chinese obviously, but he's given me over 2 litres of water unopened. That kind of him. Just stopped, shouted at me, and handed this down from his cab. It's an extra 2 kilos, but well appreciated. It's brilliant. What can I say? People are so kind here. I'm lost for words. Going over the bridge now to Hulong. How long? Hulong. So it's just been headwind all the way. I'm not making good speed, but I don't really have to. It's just hard work. It's just like cycling uphill the whole way, but it's flat. I'm in my 5th gear, gear 5, which is for going uphill really, not going along the flat. And I'm only going about 12 kilometers an hour, which is about 6.5, getting on for 7 miles an hour. So pretty slow going. And every now and again you get a gust like that that slows you right down. Woo! Certainly takes the breath out of you. For every pedal stroke I surge forward a little bit further. I might try and get a hostel tonight just to get out of the wind, if I can't find a campsite. Oh. Right, we come up to the traffic lights. Bit of a rest. Okay, just done the ultimate sin and had to have a pot noodly kind of thing from 7-Eleven. I'm on the outskirts of a town called Tufen. It's one of a string of one of a string of towns I've been through today, this afternoon, that just never end. It's one after the other. I've had to go through them to get across the bridges, across some big rivers. So I'm pushing my arm because it's just coming up to 5 o'clock, so I've just got over half an hour of daylight left, and as you can see, I'm still on the outskirts of the city. It's like a load of new builds. I'm trying to get out into the country, but this city goes on forever. Once I get out onto the hills, I'm just hoping I can get a decent campsite. So yeah, I'm pushing my luck now. Wish me luck. Oh, another bit of luck. Just saw some young people, about 30, younger than me anyway, just coming off of a field, and I just asked them whether there was anywhere I could camp, and apparently this is his land here, so he tells me I can camp just over here. So I'm just going to pick a site, and it's off the road, for one night. Perfect. Just get out the wind somewhere. Oh, what a relief. Find somewhere flat. So these guys have just come over and again just to make sure that I'm going to be okay for the night, and they've sorted out some water and these oranges here that they grow in their orchard here, and they've given me some for ready for breakfast. So they've been so kind. So I'm just going to get set up now. They're just going to go home, and I'll get that sorted out. Can you believe it? That I was just setting up my tent, and they came back over. The whole family came back, and they've insisted that I go back to their house. They've got plenty of rooms apparently, and they're going to offer me a room and a bed for the night and a hot shower. Honestly, the people of Taiwan are second to none. I've never met people like it. Oh, over the boggy bit. Yeah, so I'm making my way back to their house. Oh, what luck. What nice people. He's really proud of his garden here. Giving me his oranges. They're a cross between an orange and a tangerine. I don't know what they're called. But they were nice. He insisted that I ate them. And I'm going to stay with him and his wife and his dad and his brother-in-law.